All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have some developments on our hand regarding the San Francisco 49ers. So we are going to get into all of those things and we are going to discuss how these developments impact the San Francisco 49ers moving forward. Also, on top of that, we are going to discuss some Chiefs news that we obviously have to discuss that will impact this upcoming game. But Ricky Pearsall very well could be returning for this game. Christian McCaffrey update, new kicker, a bunch of different things to discuss. We'll get into that all right now, but you guys already know what to do. Drop an SDS in the chat, smash that like button. Let's get into these latest developments surrounding the San Francisco 49ers. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. What is going down, everyone? We got a lot of stuff to cover. Busy day today. Chili says, is this the same stream for Prediction Friday? No, this is not Prediction Friday. We will actually be hopping into Prediction Friday right after this, but I wanted to make sure we got kind of the news and the developments out of the way. That way, when we hop into Prediction Friday, we're just rolling. We're doing Prediction Friday. Then we're going to get injury updates and all those developments coming out of practice. Then I believe I'll be doing a hopping on Sprint Ride Option podcast with Jason Aponte / State of the Franchise kind of collab stream. And then I'll be hopping on KMBR with Larry Kruger to preview this game against the Chiefs. So we got a lot of stuff going on today. We're also, if you haven't seen on Instagram, we're giving away 2 tickets, luxury box suite tickets with VIP parking, the whole VIP experience, everything. Club level, all of that. That is on Instagram. We are picking the winner for that tonight. Contest closes at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We got a lot of stuff cooking today. But it's a good Friday because we have plenty of stuff to talk about. And we have a big game coming up. And I am very, very much looking forward to it. Shout out to all the SDS hopping in this morning, depending on where you're at. Still the morning for me. Only about 30 minutes left for that. But also, again, if you guys are going to the game this weekend, you already know 49er fans, if you're going, boy, you better be loud. You better be on your feet for this whole game because we already have all the 49ers players, general manager calling for fans to be as loud as possible for this game against the Chiefs. And we'll talk about the importance of that. But again, if you guys are going, make sure you get your tickets through Tick Pick. No hidden fees, best prices around. And when you use the promo code SF9ers on the app, you will get an additional $25 off your purchase. Make sure you're tapping in with Tick Pick, sponsor of the SF9ers YouTube channel. All right, let's get into all the news and notes from today already because we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's start with, let's see, where do we want to start? Let's start with Ricky, shall we? It does feel like we are trending in the right direction with Ricky Pearsall. It does sound like the San Francisco 49ers Slick Rick will be playing. Now, nothing official. Ricky still has to be activated from the NFI list. And it's a big moment. First round draft pick has yet to step foot on an NFL field in full gear. So again, nothing official yet, but all the signs are pointing. When John Lynch goes on KMBR and is sounds very optimistic about the potential of Ricky Pearsall playing for this game. Also, when you combine that with the fact that Jawan Jennings has not practiced the last 2 weeks. So, or excuse me, last 2 days. So, we are obviously going to be monitoring today's practice reports. We are going to be seeing, will Jawan Jennings be practicing? And if he isn't, man, that almost feels like a guarantee that Ricky Pearsall will be activated from the NFI, and we will see the debut of Slick Rick. Um, and can't wait. Can't wait to see that, because I really do. We've been talking about it all week, and I'll continue to say it. I do believe it will be a huge jolt of energy, not only for the team, not only for the franchise, but for the fan base, man. Like, we understand what has gone through, and to have to be able to overcome and put himself in a position to be able to play in this game, to be able to play football at all this year is just absolutely insane. So we got him. It sounds like he'll be going for this one. I saw this comment as well. Christy says Jennifer Lee Chan reported Ricky P is having 27 family and friends come to the game on Sunday. I think he's playing. I mean, that seems like a pretty solid indication that Ricky P will be up for this one. So I am very excited about that. Looking forward to seeing it, because, man, when Ricky steps onto that field, crowd's going to go insane. And, man, I'm really, really looking forward to feeling those energy, feeling those vibes. And I think this might be it. I think we might see Slick Rick out there for this game against the Chiefs. And not only are we going to see him out there, but I think he will contribute. And you see this one from Jay Fig says Ricky P as a punt and kick return. I think that's the first place we see him. I think the first place we see him is in punt return. I do think the 49ers, we'll see with the kick return aspect of it. I know they like putting Kyle Juszczyk out there and Deebo Samuel in kick return. But I could see Ricky P for sure popping out as a punt returner in this particular game. Also, man, if you just give him a couple snaps with the offense, hit him with a slant, just get the ball in his hands, man. Just get that energy going, get the sidelines hyped up, get the crowd hyped up, man. This game to me is more so about energy. It's more so about mental focus. It's more so about the intangible qualities than the actual physical aspect of the game. We understand both of these teams match up very well physically. You look at the defense for the Chiefs, tons of star power on that side, probably a little bit underrated considering all the attention goes to Patrick Mahomes, but Spag's got that group running at a really high level. They've got studs on all three levels. But this, to me, again, it's not a physical matchup. It's a mental matchup. It's how do you overcome this team? And there's been conversations back and forth about this all week. I don't believe at all that this will somehow magically make the 2 Super Bowl losses that much more bearable. Nothing like that. That's not what this is about. This matchup is about getting over the mental hurdle. That's it. Proving to yourself that you can slay the dragon. That's it. It's not going to fix anything. It's not going to all of a sudden magically poof, you have the 6th ring. No, it's not going to change any of those things. But it is going to help, I think, really be cathartic. Steve Young talked about it on KMBR. It would be a cathartic win. It's more so just to get over that mental hurdle of actually beating the Chiefs. And that's why this is such a big game, in my opinion. And hey, I'll take all the juice I can get for that particular matchup. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's why I think that's why they've been calling for the fans to be active in this one, because they know that they need to get this one. And it's a momentum day. Can the 49ers steal the momentum back and finally beat this team that they have been 0-4 against under the Kyle Shanahan era? So Got to get this one. But this particular development adds an interesting wrinkle to the situation because Anders Carlson, the 49ers' third kicker that they have added to the roster this year, does appear like he will be kicking in this game against the Chiefs. So the 49ers will have their third kicker in third weeks. John Lynch called it a quote high likelihood that newly signed kicker Anders Carlson will be flexed up from the practice squad and will be kicking in this game against the Chiefs. No pressure, kid. No pressure at all. It's not like we need to win this one. And again, it's not a must win from a sense of like, oh, you got to get a leg up in the NFC. Obviously, if the 49ers can overcome a loss to the Chiefs, but that's not the mentality. I really don't think that is the mentality heading into this game. You can't think of this game like, oh, it's fine if we lose, because it's not. It's not fine. I think for all the things that I've mentioned before is you have to get this game from a spiritual standpoint, a mental standpoint. You got to get over the hurdle. You just have to. And so adding a new kicker to the mix, going to be interesting. Joseph says, tell him, please, not to tackle at all. I agree. Only if you have to. Only if you have to. Only if you're the literal last line of defense. I would much rather him tackle a kick returner or kick returner if opposed to them scoring a touchdown. And I'll take the risk of the injury because if it keeps points off the board, it might be worth it. But yes, Matthew Wright dislocated his shoulder trying to tackle. Jake Moody looked like he almost snapped his leg off trying to tackle as well. Thankfully, it's just a high ankle sprain for him. But yes, the kicker needs to be smash in case of emergency tackle only. Like, do not get involved unless you absolutely have to. So it does appear we will be on our next kicker for this one. But I think one of the more optimistic updates of the day came via Christian McCaffrey. So Christian McCaffrey, obviously we understand he's been dealing with bilateral tendonitis in his Achilles, both of them, and it's been well chronicled. Gone to Germany from what we've assumed is some kind of stem cell treatment to be able to regenerate the Achilles and allow it to heal faster. So the thing is with CMC is at least what's optimistic about what John Lynch had to say on KMBR this morning was he has suffered no setbacks and his rehab process is going incredibly well. So to me, the value of this particular update is more so of the sense that it is optimistic because a lot of the things that we have talked about with Christian McCaffrey since the beginning of the season haven't had a lot of optimism. So this is one of the first times that we have really had some optimism regarding this situation. So I'm still of the belief that CMC will be targeting a return for November 10th against the Bucks. So the game after the bye. So I think that's a perfect time. I think that gives him still about a month to get prepared, to get ready, to get rested, to get healed, to ramp up, get his legs back under him. So I think that is a fair and reasonable target for Christian McCaffrey to return. And again, man, if you're the San Francisco 49ers and you can get out of this kind of tumultuous first, half of the season heading into the bye 5-3 without Christian McCaffrey, that's a pretty darn good spot to be. So if they can get this win against the Chiefs and they can roll that momentum into a win against the Cowboys, and then you're talking about most likely a return of Christian McCaffrey, potentially a return of Talanoa Hufanga, potentially a return of Dre Greenlaw, potentially a return of Jake Moody. That's a good amount of players to potentially be getting back. Also, as well, getting back Ricky Pearsall within that period, getting back guys like Yetur Gross Matos in that period. Also, do the 49ers make a trade? Do they go out and make a move? So this is going to be an interesting one. So we'll see. We have no official Dre Greenlaw updates at all. I was listening to Matt Mayoko talk about it. I think he went on the Rich Eisen show. And basically what Mayoko was saying is Greenlaw will not come back to play until he's fully ready to go. So he's not going to push it. He's not going to come back at 80%, 85, 90%. He is only coming back at 100%. So I would say we can start having the Dre Greenlaw conversation after the bye. So again, the point being is you get out of this early portion of the season with kind of how tumultuous it has been with some of the injuries that you've had, and you find yourself 5-3 coming out of the bye week, getting reinforcements back, getting the reigning offensive player of the year back. This could really be a huge swing in the season, these next two games. So that's why they are so important. And obviously you want to get Christian McCaffrey back into the building, back into the mix, and get this thing rolling. So we'll see. Again, nothing official on his return. We don't really have an official return for when that will happen. There are rumors out there, but I'm more than hesitant to relay rumors from a rumor account that has almost zero credibility. So I will not be doing that. But I will talk about this. The 49ers did lose offensive tackle Chris Hubbard today. The Giants signed him to the active roster off the San Francisco 49ers practice squad. So this was a guy that I did think was going to actually make the active roster out of the training camp, making the final 53 man, just because the 49ers have shown they like to have two swing tackles, a left swing tackle and a right swing tackle. I thought he was going to be the right. They were able to bring him back to the practice squad, but he now gets poached by the Giants now that the Giants are dealing with an injury to their left tackle. So Hubbard will be, I would assume, become a starter for the Giants to replace Thomas, the guy that they lost. But for this upcoming game against the Chiefs are going to be without one player, and confirmed one player will play. So Mike Dana, he is a defensive end for the Chiefs. He has been officially ruled out, whereas Juju Smith-Schuster, who has been dealing with an injury throughout the week, he was limited yesterday. Andy did say he is good to go. So that is your Chiefs update for the day. Obviously, the Chiefs have been banged up at the wide receiver position. No Hollywood Brown, no Rashee Rice, but Juju Smith-Schuster steps in. From basically everything Andy Reid has said is that there is a strong connection between Juju and Patrick. Patrick trusts Juju. Obviously, this is Juju's second stint with the Chiefs. And also on top of that, Xavier Worthy has been playing pretty darn well for a rookie. So still not going to be an easy task. Yes, the Chiefs are banged up as well. They're missing Isaiah Pacheco, but they did get Clyde Edwards-Helaire back. So he will be a part of that rushing attack for the Chiefs. It's still going to be, and they still got Patrick Mahomes on the other side. So going to be a matchup worth watching. There's going to be a lot of matchups for sure. And I'm not going to get too into the weeds with those matchups because we typically go over those on our Prediction Friday show. The Prediction Friday show, I will be going live at noon. So in 20 minutes, we will do a deeper dive into these battles, into our matchup against the Chiefs. And then we will also be able to do our predictions. So don't drop your predictions yet. Just save them. John says, happy birthday to me this Sunday. I want a stellar coordinated a whooping. Absolutely. Absolutely. For sure. Definitely in that situation. I agree. And happy birthday to you. And hopefully we get a dub for you on your birthday. That is the idea there for sure. So those are pretty much the latest developments surrounding the San Francisco 49ers. Again, I just wanted to get that out because we have a lot of stuff to cover today. So like I said, I'll be doing our Prediction Friday show coming up here at noon, and we will discuss that. Bend so mental. Sorry, my brain isn't working. What do I think about Grant and Ryan Hensley? I think both those guys are tremendously hard workers in the 49ers content creation space. I do think that we have a differencing opinions on how we cover the team, but you cannot discredit their effort and how hard they work at this. And hard to disrespect too many people who really grind to do this content stuff. Not easy gig by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, but we will be coming back live really in about 15 minutes. We'll be doing our Prediction Friday show. We got to do our sleeper pick. Whoo, I got a bone to pick. We'll get into all that one. And again, remember, if you guys are going to the game, make sure you tap in with Tick Pick. Use the code SF9ers for additional $25 off when you purchase through the app. Already the cheapest tickets on the market. And then you get an additional $25 off. You love to see it. Let me know what you guys think about all that. But I'll see you guys in about 15 minutes for our Prediction Friday show. I'm out of here. Peace. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to